So hi, I'm Matt. I'm a freelance journalist, and this is Kim and Stuart, right?
Yeah.
And they are with CtrlMe Robotics, right?
Yeah.
So just go ahead and tell us a little bit.
We are a company based out of Venice Beach, California. We are really lucky because it's pretty much considered the heart of Hollywood. So we have a lot of people in the film industry that contact us about custom drones, but we also do a lot of innovation.
Custom drones, custom builds, and yeah, custom projects for either film industry or people use them for different aspects for surveying or for the police and fire departments.
Yeah, we're changing technology as well. We're trying to help go autonomous. So we're always working on that, and we have quite a few cool projects we're always working on.
Okay, so you said like the film industry is interested in this, right? So
Yes.
What kind of projects have been like pitched to you guys?
Oh, multiple projects. Well, they've really embraced it, obviously, because of the cost efficiency. It has saved them so much money versus hiring a helicopter and pilot. They have a drone and a pilot, so it's much cost effective. We have been contacted by several large films, but also for props as well. So now they're becoming part of the story as well, so which is kind of cool. Such as Skeledrone was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Marvel, and on Good Day LA. So he's kind of our little famous drone. He will be out for Halloween. But most of the time, so we have larger drones that will carry bigger cameras that we have back at our office, and those have been for quite large films. But we've also been contacted by the VMAs, the Video Music Awards, to do a custom drone, Beyonce One, we call it, which you can find on Instagram. And that was a really special drone that we did. It was a Y6 with covered blades and propellers, so that was really a cool experience. All carbon fiber, built in-house.
Okay, so to me, like with like Beyonce, like you said, right? Having like a drone just hovering around her and other celebrities would seem like an invasion of privacy.
Well, not necessarily, because these are A-list people, and so I think they pretty much know that they're giving up that. But also, it's part of the show. So the drone is not. It was. You would see the drone, but it was also to have a live feed coming out of the drone. So it's still their performance is being filmed. So it's just like any other camera, it's just flying.
Okay, so it would be like a different perspective that you wouldn't be able to get with a normal camera.
Exactly.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the typical cost for something like this?
Yeah, you can answer that one, Stuart.
You can get your typical indoor ones. You can even find at the mall. They sell for about $40, and they just get more advanced.
Small one.
Yeah, about handheld size. And something like this one goes all the way up from, starts about $800 and just goes all the way up from there. Just adding your own camera. And it just depends on what camera you really want to fly with and what the task is really. Or, you know.
So they're a little bit pricey now, but the prices are going down as the technology gets better.
I would say almost every month that you see something coming down in price or changing. A new product will come out to maybe change the game and kind of kick all the other ones down in price. So that happens all the time in this industry. So it's quite competitive in that sense.
Okay, and this is your carbon fiber model, right?
Yeah, this is one of our custom drones that we built all in-house. We have a CNC, so we've cut the carbon fiber ourselves. We've done some protection of the blades, and it's very lightweight. We already have a camera on it. But these are one of the things that one of the projects that we had in our in-house that is actually gaining a lot of publicity. So we're excited about this one.
And why is that? Why are people gravitating towards something like this?
So we have, I think it's mostly because it just looks awesome.
Yeah.
Honestly, it really looks awesome. And this is one of my designs, thank you. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's because the blades are protected. That gives some people a little bit more sense of safety. And also the size, you can get into tighter spots to film. So Stuart's added a camera right here. So, and camera technology is getting amazing. It really is. Like, these cameras are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and they're producing 4K and for smaller sizes. So you don't have to have this large, huge camera. You can get fantastic quality from a smaller camera now.
Okay, for those who don't know, can you explain what 4K means?
It's the type of resolution. It's just above 1080p, so it's and actually you're gonna have to get different monitors and everything because it's so much more high def. It's 4 times more high def than 1080. So
Yeah.
it's a real sense of being in the scene or in the spot. So just what most commercials and now film is starting to film in that. So
Sports.
and sports,
Sports,
exactly.
definitely.
Exactly.
Okay, how do you control one of these?
A lot of them are very simple, and they all use a very similar controller with 2 sticks. It would be 2 joysticks here. The left one is controlling your throttle, so up and down movement here, and then your yaw movement, so the tail movement. And then this would be as if like you're a pilot and you'd say you'd hold onto a joystick, so you'd have forward, back, left, and right pitch movements. So you just link all those together, and you have a flying quadcopter. Basically, the sticks, as you can see, stay in the middle, and that's for ease for hovering. Because right in the middle of the throttle should be a hover, and then if you leave these sticks alone, it should just sit there and hover. So that's why the sticks are kind of designed that way, to sit in the middle.
And then he's added the monitor so
Yeah, I
that
was
you
going
can
to
see.
say, what is that
So this is
contraption
called
on the top there?
first-person view. This is just a little monitor which actually would transmit the camera right there. So you see a live view of what the helicopter is seeing. It's called a first-person view.
Okay, and what kind of range do you have with something like this?
You tend to be about a mile, so a mile transmission, and it is line of sight. So if there was a building in between, it would try and cut out the interference.
Can you put goggles on?
Yeah, so that's one thing. So this would be like a first-person monitor style, and then the other version would be something with the goggles. So you're more immersed in it without seeing the light from around you. So it's like you're actually there.
Yeah, have you tried the goggles on before?
I have, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You too?
They're amazing, yeah.
Just like you're playing a video game or in the real field.
To me, like having something, because this is, it can be pretty steady, right? You can pretty much hover wherever you want, but you can also kind of like propel it forward, right? So if you have on the goggles and you're propelling it kind of fast and you look around, does that make you nauseous at all?
Good question. I think it does maybe the first time a little bit. Like I was telling you before, we did some mazes that were fun with 2 people, and somebody wore the FPV and the other person flew the drone, so you'd have to actually look at yourself going through a maze. It didn't make anybody feel nauseous or sick, it was just very strange. It's a strange feeling to know that you aren't literally looking at it, but you can see exactly what it's feeding you into. So it's quite an amazing experience.
Okay, so film is using this, some journalism. You talked about Vice approached you guys and did an interview with you. What other types of uses could this have? Could you perhaps like ship items to people with something like this?
So you mean the Amazon?
Sure.
You're talking about
yeah.
That was a fantastic publicity stunt. I love that they did that. I absolutely love that they did that because it got people talking about it. It got a lot of conversations happening. But I don't know how realistic that is right now. I think that's something in the future. I think there's so much more happening now that I think we're focusing on, and then they can worry about that right now. But for instance, safety is a great one. The fire, police department. When we were in London talking about for the conference Drones for Good, there was conservation and there was animals that were being rescued and saved in Africa because of drones. And so it brings so much more to people.
Yeah, what do you mean by it's helping to save the animals? Like, are
Sure.
they going to find them, or what?
So, poachers, for instance. So when you're in Africa, that you have a team that are going out to try to stop poachers, but they're on the land, and it's full of trees, and it's so vast, they can only get to certain small areas. Instead, they're sending drones up that are covering large masses, and they're spotting people that shouldn't be there. And they're videotaping it, and it's bringing a feed. They know exactly where to go to stop these animals from being butchered. So it's really quite beautiful.
So you could possibly take this into something like a search and rescue team, where somebody gets lost in the woods or something, and then you can go out and
actually
track
sending a real helicopter, you could just have a couple guys out there flying these and stay in one location and just survey miles or at least a mile around you to see where someone could be.
Have you heard of people doing that yet?
Yeah, we've heard of
Yeah.
people doing that,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay, interesting. So what would be like the next step for like this type of industry to take off?
Well, that's actually really quite an exciting thing to talk about, because I feel like, do you agree that it's still really open to finding out where it's going to go? Definitely semi-autonomous and autonomous is happening, which is cool. That means like we won't even need a pilot, that you can tell it where to go and it'll fly. What do you think?
Yeah, the fully autonomous is something that just basically you don't need pilots, and it would know where it is at all times. And also I think the sensing of things, like we were talking about heat sensors and stuff like that, but also like a motion sensor would be something in the future where it can detect and maybe follow somebody and just detect certain objects. Because right now, let's say you fly forward, it's not going to know what's in front of it, so you have to negotiate around the object. But in the future, it could actually sense what's there, go around it, make a different flight path, so find its own way home.
Elon Musk is already using that technology in his
Yeah.
cars, so
A new Tesla.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay, so what would you suggest to people who want to get interested in quadcopters and drones? What would be the first step for them?
Do it. Just do it because it's happening. And I think that people can't avoid that it's happening. But the first step is to get maybe one of the minis.
Yeah, start with the
Start with a
one.
small one
It's-
that it's okay if you crash it a lot,
Sure.
you know. Because these, I mean, $800, $900 is a lot of money for people to spend, but it has gone down a lot in price. We sell in-house, we have these fun ones, what is it?
$40 to $50
$40 to $50
for
for small ones.
180 size, which is about the size of your palm,
Mhm.
and it has prop guards just like this one, so you're able to bounce
Hit
against
the walls,
walls.
and it could hit you, it wouldn't hurt at all. But you're learning how to maneuver
It's
it.
the same stick
Same
movements.
stick movement and everything. And then you get comfortable with that. You do flips in the air with that. You have fun with it. You go into little corners, and then you feel more comfortable in it. And you move up to something maybe like the Phantom. If
So
you don't
start
want to go.
small and move your way
Yeah.
up
Yes.
once you get more
Definitely.
comfortable
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Recommended.
Cool. Where can people find out more information about you?
So we are CtrlMe. It's pronounced CtrlMe Robotics. We're based in Venice Beach. You can find us on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook. And we are always posting things up on Meetup. We do night flights, and we do open labs on Meetup in our office because we like to give back to the community. And we have a big presence there. Yeah.
You know, teach and instruct people how to fly and build and program them as well. So it's a lot of fun. And we do also 3D printing, so if anyone's interested in that.
And we have a great YouTube channel, CtrlMe Robotics, CtrlMe, CtrlMe. And we teach people how to build. We build an S1000, we teach people how to solder, we teach a lot of stuff on there as well.
Cool. So this is like sparking like an education a little
Absolutely.
bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you for having us today.
And have a good day.
See ya. Let's go fly.